obviously I've got my fight to worry about as well.
But does that sharpen you being with him though in sparring?
The problem is I'm boxing Dempsey McKean, who's a southpaw, and Tyson Fury, to be fair, he sparred me a few times southpaw, but...
Just a quick lads, the king's back. Playing games, having fun, playing games. Games. I swear to God, games.
What was it like sparring with someone like Tyson Fury? Would you say in sparring he's sort of like someone that goes through the motions? Or?
Oh man, no, he doesn't. He does not. I went to Malta to spar him. I landed on Monday. I was ready to spar on a Tuesday, and he spars 4 times a week: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So on Tuesday, I said, I'm ready to spar. I said, oh, you're not sparring today? So I said, why not? I said, why did you just call me to come this early if I'm not sparring? Oh man, mistake. I sparred every single day until I left.
Was he teaching you a lesson, basically?
Yeah, basically.
I think he's a good kid. I've said in the past that I think he can be a champion, and I do think, just like I said with Jared Anderson, I think Jared and Moses are very, very both good fighters. However, there's a lot of temptation. There's a lot of stuff outside of boxing that makes fighters not achieve what they should have done, and it's the same old story. If I woulda, shoulda, coulda. If I didn't get involved with these people, if I didn't go out and drink, if I didn't get involved with this, that and the other, then I would have, if I woulda, shoulda.
Moses is clearly impressed by Tyson Fury's movement and ring IQ. He's pointing out how a man of that size can move so effortlessly and still stay sharp in the ring. It's a mix of respect and surprise, showing Moses is learning and absorbing every detail from a true heavyweight champion.
Remember on a Thursday, we done some heavy rounds, my body was in bits. Anyways, got to do it all again on Friday. We had a 2-day little rest, recovery and stuff. And on a Monday, it was back, 6 rounds. Tyson goes, bring the heat, Moses, don't take it easy on me. I'm like, alright, cool. We have another scrap, then it's another session. It was just
Moses is clearly impressed by Tyson Fury's movement and ring IQ. He's pointing out how a man of that size can move so effortlessly and still stay sharp in the ring. It's a mix of respect and surprise, showing Moses is learning and absorbing every detail from a true heavyweight champion.
And my opinion is not someone who don't know boxing. My opinion is someone who has been there and won every single belt, won everything there is to win in boxing, and done very well. Boxing is a young man's game. Like I told Vladimir Klitschko when he was 37. Boxing's a young man's game and he waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, you've heard it here first. Moses Itauma will wreck all them old men out of the division.
Moses is taking a smart approach to sparring. He's focused on learning and improving his own skills, rather than just going through the motions. This mindset shows maturity and discipline. He's preparing to absorb experience, refine technique, and stay sharp without underestimating the challenge Tyson Fury presents.
How you approach the sparring? Are you going in there to learn and to help him get ready for the fight, or are you going in there just to go for it?
Like I wouldn't say I'll go there to go for it, but I'll go there for my own purposes, for me to learn. I don't ever spar anyone for them, for their reason, for their purposes. Yeah, it should be exciting.
Ade Oladipo is pointing out that this fight could perfectly suit Moses. Stylistically, he has the advantage, and even minor physical edges like height could make a difference. Jermaine Franklin comes to engage, but Moses thrives on opponents who come forward, giving him opportunities to control the pace and land decisive shots.
Moses brings his own problems to Jermaine, but they're probably around the same height, maybe Moses a couple of inches taller. I like this matchup. Stylistically, I like this matchup as well. Like, Jermaine comes to fight, and that could sort of fall into Moses' hands.
Roy Jones Jr. highlights Moses' focus and composure. Even in the midst of heavy training, his energy is calm and controlled, showing a level of maturity rarely seen in younger fighters. This poise and preparation often translates directly into confidence and sharp execution once the bell rings.
Just going through the motion, he's serious about it, you know, so I liked it.
Yeah, like his energy was like very calming throughout the week.
Yes, it was.
Liam Goff sees this matchup as a smart step for Moses' career. Franklin is solid but beatable, offering Moses the chance to showcase his skills while staying on a competitive card. It's the perfect scenario to learn, grow, and prove that he can dominate opponents who are coming with experience but not enough to match his rising talent.
I really do. I think that Jermaine Franklin versus Moses Itauma is a really, really good fight for Itauma's progression. I think he's a solid opponent. I've got no issues whatsoever. It's on a very, very good card. No mention of pay-per-view as well, which is even better. But it's a solid opponent. Jermaine Franklin, when he fought Dillian Whyte, going into that fight, I kind of looked at him and thought, he looked awkward, but nothing special. He gave a good account of himself against Dillian Whyte. Some people actually felt that he did enough to win the fight. I wasn't one of them. I thought Dillian Whyte won the fight.
Moses is showing supreme confidence here, and it's clear he believes in his ability and the strength of his team. He acknowledges that nothing is guaranteed, but he's mentally preparing to be untouchable when he's at his peak. This mindset is exactly what sets elite fighters apart and signals he's ready to take control in the ring, using both skill and strategy to dominate anyone who stands in his way.
I don't think anybody can beat me, especially with the team that I've got. I don't think anybody can beat me on my night. I think, obviously, nobody's invincible. Like, there's a possibility that it can go wrong, but I just think if you're talking about like on the odds, I just don't think anyone could like be standing in front of me.
Dev Sahani is highlighting the intrigue surrounding Moses's fight. This is a perfect test of his ability to handle pressure, mix strategy with execution, and prove he can outperform even established heavyweights. The matchup gives him a chance to show stamina, intelligence, and adaptability, making this a must-watch for fans. It's the kind of fight that can define a career and reveal whether Moses has what it takes to rise above expectations and dominate at the top level of the division.
For Moses here, this is going to be a case of, let's see, 1, if we can get rounds. 2, can he do a better job than Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte did? Can he get rounds but also get him out of there? I guess that's kind of the question for Moses. But for me, this is the perfect bit of matchmaking. This is everything that fight fans have wanted. They want to see what happens when Moses Itauma goes a few rounds, has someone who's come.
Jermaine Franklin is showing heart and confidence, but also revealing where he feels he has the edge. Moses will need to stay disciplined, impose his skill, and not allow Franklin to capitalize on minor experience gaps. This is a fight of strategy versus hunger, where Moses's technical ability and preparation could overwhelm Franklin's aggression if he maintains focus and sharp execution.
I'm Jermaine Franklin Jr. I'm a warrior inside and out, and I die for this, so he gonna have to do the job. I'm not laying over.
Frank Warren sees this matchup as an ideal challenge for Moses. It's competitive but winnable, offering Moses the opportunity to test his skills against a motivated opponent. A strong performance here could elevate his reputation, showcase his growth, and prove that he can handle tough opposition while still displaying the poise and intelligence that have fans excited about his future.
I think we put together a brilliant fight with Jermaine Franklin, the American. It's going to be a good fight. I think, with Moses and him, I think it's going to be a good fight, and I think it's a good test for Moses.
Frank Warren sees this matchup as an ideal challenge for Moses. It's competitive but winnable, offering Moses the opportunity to test his skills against a motivated opponent. A strong performance here could elevate his reputation, showcase his growth, and prove that he can handle tough opposition while still displaying the poise and intelligence that have fans excited about his future.
I know he might be one of the fastest guys, but I spar a lot of fast guys. I think I'm ready for the hand speed.
Ade Oladipo is underlining the strategic thinking behind Moses's career. He's highlighting that patience is key and rushing him against top killers could be premature. A fighter like Jermaine Franklin offers the perfect balance, challenging but not overwhelming. It gives Moses a platform to showcase growth, skill, and tactical intelligence while still keeping him protected. This fight is a step-by-step development opportunity. By comparing Moses's performance to how Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte handled the same opponent, fans can gauge his progress. It's about building confidence, testing strategy, and gradually stepping up in difficulty without putting him in a position where one mistake could be catastrophic. Moses's journey is carefully managed, and this matchup is a crucial part of his rise in the heavyweight division.
I honestly thought this is the perfect opponent for Moses' development. You can't rush Moses. I know everyone wants to see him in there with killers. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I think he's ready. But the fact is, you do have to take your time with Moses, and I think someone like a Jermaine Franklin, who is a top 30 guy, top 30 guy, who again, we've seen him with AJ and Dillian Whyte, so we can compare Moses' performance against him and compare it to what...
Lawrence Oakley is analyzing Moses's explosive skill set and technical ability. He points out that Moses's power, speed, and precision make him a very difficult opponent to predict or control. Oakley highlights that consistency is key, and even though Moses is aggressive and talented, sustaining that level for 12 rounds is a challenge every fighter faces. The combination of explosiveness, technical skill, and intelligence gives Moses an edge against opponents trying to impose their style. This insight shows that Moses is not just a physical threat, he's mentally sharp, adaptable, and capable of handling various strategies. Opponents need to plan meticulously because Moses can switch tempo, capitalize on openings, and dominate exchanges if he's in the right rhythm. It's a full package test that makes this fight essential for his growth.
50. Personally, it depends on what style he brings. So it's like, I think if he's like measured, then yes. But if he does what I think he might try and do, which is I'm gonna show this guy, get inside and work like clever shots, I don't think so. I think with someone like Moses, who is naturally so explosive and so quick and technical, he's got so many good attributes, but as we've seen with in any sport, across any profession, that explosiveness, in my opinion, cannot happen for 12 rounds. It never happens.
Peter Fury is emphasizing the real test Moses faces. While Moses has size, strength, and punching power, he is now measured against a young, sharp, and dangerous heavyweight. Fury highlights the difficulty of neutralizing speed, angles, and ferocity, qualities that make a fighter unpredictable. Moses's experience becomes the crucial factor here because knowledge of timing, positioning, and countering can offset raw athleticism. This is more than a physical battle, it's a chess match inside the ring. Moses needs to impose his will, read the young fighter's tendencies, and exploit gaps. Fury's insight underlines the stakes. Moses can dominate with the right mix of patience, power, and timing, but a single misstep could allow the younger opponent to capitalize. This is why preparation, intelligence, and execution will define the outcome.
You know, look, it's a good fight to make. Dillian Whyte's got the experience. He's also, he can punch, he's strong, he's a big unit. But can he negate the speed, the power and the ferocity of this young heavyweight coming? And he gives angles, he's a good boxer as well. So that's the thing. You've got experience against somebody who's up and coming that hasn't been tested yet because he's so sharp, so deadly with his punching.
Everything comes down to this fight, and the path Moses has taken to get here shows he's ready to make a statement. He's tested himself against top talent, refined his technique, and learned from sparring with champions like Tyson Fury. If Moses performs as expected, he will solidify his reputation as one of the most complete heavyweights in the division, showing speed, power, and tactical intelligence that few can match. On the other hand, if Jermaine Franklin surprises the world, it would be a career-defining moment for him, proving he can challenge the rising stars and handle pressure in the spotlight. Mentally, Moses seems sharper and more composed, but Franklin has youth and hunger on his side. Every punch, every exchange will matter, and fans will be watching for signs of who can control the tempo and exploit openings. This is more than just a fight, it is a test of character, skill, and resilience. Watch closely, witness every move, and join the conversation in the comments to tell us who you think will walk away victorious in this heavyweight clash.